I hope not.
Hi, everyone. It's Donna Merrill and Donna Merrill Buzz. And my guest here is Bradley Waldrop. And I know Bradley from the I Am Mastermind Facebook group where he does no pitch webinars. That's how I met him originally. But there's a whole lot more to him. And I would like to, shoot it over to you, Bradley. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Hey, Donna, thanks for having me. I actually am a recovering civil structural engineer that found media a couple years ago, and I now host a worldwide show, a radio show, and then I do some co-hosting on television, as well as help other people, help business owners really sort of expand their business, sort of get out of their own way and try to understand the principles of business. People wake up with this funny entrepreneurial spasm. If you like Michael Baker, he'll tell you exactly that, right? With the E-myth. Yeah. Because they're so passionate about what they do, they forget that they're in business, and they forget that they're actually trying to solve somebody else's problem rather than sort of reinventing the wheel and trying to do something a little bit different. So that's what I do, and I really enjoy it.
I love what you do, and especially about your Facebook group. I mean, I don't know how I got there. It was like from one place to another, and then I found you, and I said, this group is great. It's so interactive, and you've helped me too personally, when I first got on, and I think it was my sales page or something, and you just like answered me, and, and the group is amazing. It really is amazing.
It is amazing. The reason I started it actually was that I found that most people who were working online or a part of some sort of other group, they were either in a group that did a lot of spamming, and it frustrated me. The other is that you found these massive organizations, these big groups from really successful people online, but they weren't interactive. They didn't participate with the membership. And I wanted to be able to create this environment where people felt welcome. Didn't matter whether or not they were experts at it or they were brand new. And let's get a chance to learn from one another. I mean, I'm good at a few things, but there are so many people on there that are really great at others. And it's nice to be able to see them sort of jump in and sometimes actually drag them into the conversation, right? Hey, look, you know what? I know this guy knows the answer. Let's have him answer for the rest of us and go do the research and maybe even come on a mastermind and tell us what he learned, which is really great.
It is. And I've been on there a few times where I've met a lot of great people that are now my friends and business buddies already. And,
right.
It's really great because it's really, there's no spam. I mean, if someone catches somebody saying something, everyone attacks them. It's like, if you're asleep.
Yeah, and it doesn't take, if you tag me in the comment, it doesn't take me but 15 minutes to get on there and not just get rid of the entire post, but get rid of the person. I don't have any patience for that. I just don't. If that's what you want to use my group for, then you can find the exit door and never come back. I'm good.
Exactly. And I know I've been in many Facebook groups, one I like, and besides yours, where I teach, but there's always like link droppers and this and that, and your group is different. I mean, you do have total control of it, and people are all helping each other, people asking questions, and so everybody's really, it's a very close unity there in your group, which I love, and I'm learning a lot.
Good. Just out of curiosity, what's the one takeaway that you've learned that was most significant so far?
From the group? Oh, geez. Put me on the spot now. The one takeaway I think was I was really kind of working on, my sales page and marketing, and I felt a little better because I was starting into JV marketing, and that got me totally confused, and then I was like, you know what? I could also do a WSO. I could also do other things while I'm setting up this whole big funnel or whatever, and that was a big takeaway. And also making friends and reviewing someone else's book, and I've done that, and we've gotten close, getting back and forth to one another. So it's that give and take kind of thing that I really do love about the group. And especially,
cool.
those no pitch webinars that you do. So you can tell us about every week. This guy does almost,
Yeah.
unless
Yeah, almost every I call them weekly-ish, right?
weekly.
I do everything I possibly can to make them happen every week, but there are some times where my clients come first, and I have to sometimes make adjustments, and that's what happened this week. We were going to do a really great webinar on providing outstanding customer service, because that's really what we're after, right? I mean, anybody can develop a product, anybody can schlep their stuff online, but that's not what it's all about. We're really here to serve one another. And if we could figure that out, we'll actually have not just customers for life, but high spending customers for life, because they just simply pick up the phone and call you and send you on a task, and you put your team to it, and you're
And that's
making
what we did.
money. Yeah, it's a great thing.
I know the last one we did last week, I was on with you with difficult
That's right.
people, and that was a lot of fun. And what I like about it is that you get people in your group to, co-host with you. So everybody, puts a little bit in, into it. And I mean, this is like the greatest, the no pitch webinars. When I seen that, I was like, that is a breath of fresh air for me, because
Especially in this space, right? I mean, it seems like every time you see a webinar come or an announcement invite to a webinar, you see the 3 bullet points that they want to talk about, but then there's this sort of veiled conversation about the solution to it, and that solution is something you can buy.
exactly.
And I mean, it just drives me batty to sit on a webinar for an hour and then realize that what they're really doing is trying to sell me. If you want to sell me, tell me ahead of time. I'm good with that. There are
Yeah.
some products that I will literally sit on the webinar for 2 or 3 hours trying to figure it all out, because they're really valuable tools. But if you're just trying to entice me with some free training along the way and then turn it into a webinar, or turn it into a sales pitch,
It's a turn on.
as soon as I figure that out, I click, exit anyway.
Yeah.
I disappear.
I know I do a lot of I go on a lot of webinars that are really good, and I know they're going to sell me something, but I want to be on them anyway, because I do learn a lot. Even if I have no intention of buying, sometimes I do. It depends. But it's really great. But I mean, I do webinars once a month, but they're paid, and they go on to my my whole what am I calling it? My membership site. But they're paid if people don't want to be on the membership site. But I'm upfront. It's a paid webinar. And I don't do free ones. I mean, it's just like, if I'm going to do a free one, I'm going to say it's free. It's just for you. It's, and I like that no pitch, which is great. When I seen that, I was like, this is amazing. I can get on a webinar, and you do teach very, very well. Use mind mapping. And every time I've been on one, I've been on quite a few, I've learned a heck of a lot.
Good. Good. Well, I've had a chance to deliver about $350 million worth of professional services. And that's just, it's an ungodly amount of money, and it's an awful lot of service. I've done it by myself and with teams and other things. There's a lot of school of hard knocks along the way. My last corporate job, I was helping run an operation that was in a mega billion-dollar international firm. And there are lots of sort of systems and processes that we learn when we're in the trenches and those kinds of situations that apply to mom and pop, a person that's just one person trying to figure out how to make money online. And if you can focus and get those things done, and not be distracted by the next shiny object along the way, then you end up finding that you can really have some success, no matter whether you're brick and mortar, your service business, you want to sell retail, whatever, it doesn't matter.
It's true. It really is true. You just have to really be focused on what you're doing, and follow the steps, and not get distracted. And that I think is a lot of people's problems, or they do it with the mindset of, I'll try it. And once they say, I'll try it, it's not going to work. And, you have to be dedicated.
Yeah. One of the things that's really interesting, and most people don't know, is it usually takes anywhere between 7 and 12 times for someone to hear one of your sales messages for them to actually buy. And that can be very, very discouraging, because, you get into this thing, whatever it is, whether it's multi-level marketing, it's we're doing something online, even opening up your shop here, in a local store. It gets very, very disheartening when you continue to hear no and no and no and no. Well, you know what? No is a beautiful thing because it means you're closer to the yes. If that's really what it takes, is 7 and 12, then you're going to have to hear a lot of no's. You're going to have to hear more no's than yeses.
Exactly.
So get out there and go hear no and get to know fast. I mean, as quickly as you possibly can. Don't waste any time. If it's a no, then get to it and say, okay, that's fine. I'm moving on. So.
That's it. That's the whole thing. It's like, I kind of see business as like this journey. And if they keep saying, no, 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 that's okay. It's just like, okay, no, no, no. I'm just getting rid of the clutter.
That's right.
I'm getting rid of the clutter. And
That's
then
right.
I get a yes and a yes and a yes. And that's cool. But you really have to be focused and be prepared for that. And not get discouraged.
Absolutely. One of the other things that I don't know if we've ever really talked about this on any of the no pitch webinars, but the other thing that happens to entrepreneurs in particular is that they find a really great solution and they focus on the solution itself, how well they solve the problem, but they don't really discuss it in terms of benefits to the person who's buying it. I do an awful lot of, I do conversion rate optimization work for people, right? They send me their website and I review their website to try to figure out how to convert every click or do our best to convert every click, whether it's a name and a phone number, a name and an email address, or a purchase, whatever it might be. And what I find is really common is that we focus, or the entrepreneur will focus on what really cool thing exists in the solution that they have, right? If it's say a Rolex watch, that it's made out of gold and that it has 32 jewels and it has a mechanical timepiece, and you know what? The customer doesn't care. What they care about is it makes them look cool and it allows them to be accepted by society. In fact, it'll elevates their social status, and that's exactly what we want to give them. Is we want to give them the benefit, but it's really hard to have that paradigm shift in our own brain. So
it is, and I know I learned that from you when you had when you looked at my site and you're like, no, Donna, you got to do this, this, and that. I'm like, okay, I'll go change it, which is good because it's constructive criticism, and I needed that. And well, got it all from your group, which is great. Yeah. Noticing time, and I think we have to wrap it up a bit. But
okay.
Could you tell folks where to reach you, what to do, what you could do for them?
Absolutely. I sort of specialize in digital Main Street, how to take small businesses or local businesses and help them leverage the internet. But you can certainly get online to one of these no pitch webinars and get introduced to me, sort of get into that sort of process of knowing me and the group a little bit better. You can do that at bradleywaldrop.com/webinars. Pretty simple. And you sign up and we'll send you, we promise to only send you invites to those things that make sense. And we're not there to, spam you all over the place.
I know.
And you'll also, you'll also get an invite into the mastermind. You could certainly look me up. It's sort of a hidden group. So Donna, feel free to show them the link to that. But it's Bradley Waldrop's IM mastermind. And if you ask to join, knock and give me a special handshake or whatever, we'll let you in. And then I personally greet everybody as they come in. So you get a chance to know me a little bit more. And then we just go on the journey together. That's all we do.
It's a wonderful thing. And you're doing wonderful stuff out there for people. And, I want to thank you for that. For me as well as everybody else, that's been with you. I appreciate it. This is Donna Merrill and Donna Merrill Buzz. This will be up on my Buzz later on today on DonnaMerrillBuzz.com. And I'll be spreading it all over the internet. And thank you so much, Bradley, for coming on and having the patience.
Thanks again for having me.
Of my hiccups today on Google. Okay. Thanks so much. And I'll see you on Facebook.
Sounds good. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.